how I became a yellow taxi driver in New York City. Check it out. Yo, what's good, Crashers? How's it going? It's your boy Yellow Boy Crash here, and I just wanted to jump on here. So about 4 months ago, I started. I got my TLC license in October, and I was looking to become an Uber driver, but that didn't really work out so well. So you know, TLC ain't put a pause on the hirings for yeah, that's what I thought, little nigga. TLC put a hiring on the what's his names, on the amount of Uber cars that could be on the road. So you can't really be on the road as an Uber driver unless you have like a wheelchair accessible car, and those run you a lot of money. So next best thing was do yellow cab, you know. I don't know, I didn't know the ins and outs. There was like a bunch of other programs that you could do and stuff, but not programs, but a bunch of other services you can join. I'm about to cut this cop off because that's what I do best. But I didn't know those, and I didn't want to get familiar with them. So I knew about the yellow taxis. I am a New Yorker, and I think it's only fitting that I get behind a yellow taxi and run the meter. Now, I will say that, in my opinion, if you have a family and you have bills, bills up the wahoo, then I don't think the yellow cab is for you. I pay $1,000 a week. Then you have to add gas. You know, there's just a bunch of little things that go with it. Easy pass expenses. What else? And that's not even including the $1,000 you got to put up front. Not up front, but the $1,000 you do throughout the process of getting your license. So yeah, like, it ain't cheap. I've been doing it 4 months. In that 3 months, you know, the tax season came, so they gave me my what's his name. Within that 3 months, I will say though, I made about $20,000. So that's gross. That's not net. That's gross. That's before all expenses. All, you know, north of $20,000. Sorry, I think I said 12. $20,000. North of $20,000. Just shy of $25,000. So, you know, I won't say, like I said, I think for me it works. I do real estate. Well, I don't really do real estate right now because I put in a lot of hours in doing taxis. I be in this car about like 12 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week, very rare, but this week I'm doing 7 days a week. Next week I most likely will be doing 7 days a week, because the first week of February I'm going to New Orleans with some friends again. So yeah, I don't, you know, I'll be doing 7 days a week and then taking my break during my vacation. But most days I try to do 5 to 6 days, and on each day my goal is to at least do 350. Every day is not a good day. I've experienced one of the lowest days during January. I did not know the business that well, and I've come to find out what I thought would be the best days were like the last 2 weeks of December, and most certainly the first 2 weeks of January, right? Man, that was far from the truth. Far from the truth. It was lights out. People were just not, they were home. And if they weren't home, they weren't back. So hell yeah, the airports was dry. Penn Station was dry. Everybody was dry. It was crazy. So yeah, like, I don't know, this lighting or this camera setup right now, I feel like I look good as fuck. Good as fuck. And my hair's jacked, so it's giving some good hair for some reason. I just fucked that up. Anyways, but today is Martin Luther King Day, January 19th, and it's 1:19, and I've already I'm gonna say my net pay is $231, and I plan to finish around 6 o'clock, more like 8 o'clock. I usually finish at 8 o'clock. I started at 5 a.m. this morning. That's not an everyday thing, but it might be an everyday thing because I'm learning something about being out here in the streets at 5 a.m. But yeah, so I've been on this in 5. I want to finish around 6, but if I most likely will reach my goal before 6. And usually I'll push that to 450 after I've made my 350 if I have time. And then if I really want to make my 450, I'll work until 8. But we'll see. I need to get a plan. I need to start planning this properly. It's been 4 months already. I'm within my 4 months, so I need to start having like some time to start meal prepping, because I spend a lot of money in these streets. For real, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, if anybody's looking to become a taxi driver, which I really don't recommend unless you're single and live a real single life. If you living the best life as a single person, this ain't it. I live a very modest life. I go out, don't get me wrong. I like to plan for vacations. And I live. I had to, I was doing real estate, and real estate, the money was just not coming in the way I needed it to come in. And I thought I would have been fine with that. But I was not fine with that. I definitely was not fine with that. This allows me to work on a real schedule the way I want to, and I'm not beholden to anybody. And I say that because before real estate, I was doing dog walking. And yes, you can work whenever you want to, but at the same time, you're really beholden to that person and that dog. So even if it's rain, snowing, sleet, I don't really like those weather conditions, and I really don't like to work in those weather conditions. But I had to when I was working with my dogs. Cleaning people's homes is something that I was doing before. I had a business, I grew a business out of that. And again, if you schedule them for those cleanings, they kind of want you to come in those days. You get what I'm saying? And if it's rain, snow, sleeting, again, I did it. I didn't want to. So, this rain, snow, sleet, bitch, I ain't going outside if I don't want to. There's enough cabs out here to take care of these people. So, that's just again, unless you single doing dingle shit, I need to get over it. And that's not gonna happen. Doing dingle shit, I don't know what that means. I'm just, just means that if you're not expensive, then you could do this. You could do this. And I'll give you an example. Like, even though I'm single, I have debt, right? Debt I created, and I had about like $11,000 in debt. I've pretty much paid off $6,000 in debt to bring my credit score back up to where I needed it to be. And that's just paying off credit cards. Like, these credit cards are still active. Don't get me wrong, I'm keeping my credit cards. But I had to bring them down because I was way over spending limits. Not way over what you should be, like, 30%. I forget what they call it. I don't know why I forgot what they call it. But point is I brought the debt down to bring my credit score up. So for course, I keep going. I stress the single person thing because, again, I drive this car alone. There are some people out there who have a team and have a shift going, and they make more money than me. After expenses, I try to walk away with at least $1,200 a week. Can I make more? I can. I choose not to because I don't want to burn myself out. But yeah, like I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy the people that get in this back seat and decide to forget that there's a driver in the front seat. I enjoy the conversations I have with the people in the back seat. I enjoy listening to the people in the back seat who also forget that I'm in the front while they're on their phone and say one of the craziest shits or just crazy shit in general while I'm in the front seat. So like it is a great experience. And I generally don't like people, but because I have a limited time with these people in the back seat, it's crazy. It's crazy. Right now it's dry. I haven't picked up anybody for at least 30 minutes, which is usually not typical. I'm in a yellow cab, so we get anything between curb, Uber, and hail request. And believe it or not, I've seen a video recently talking about that hails are non-existent in New York. I don't know, when I hear non-existent, it means that nobody really does it anymore. And that's a fucking lie. It was actually one of the biggest misconceptions that was erased out of my mind immediately because of it. Hails absolutely continue to happen. They are really, really big with elderly people because we know why. And not only that, there are just some people who are native New Yorkers who love to continue to support the taxi business, knowing that Uber came over and dismantled the whole infrastructure of the way the taxi business was designed and orchestrated. So, yeah, we still get people who hail us, and I love it. I love it. The fact that I experience it all the time, I accept all hails no matter where you're going, because it is indicative of New York City, man. Like, come on. And I will say, I myself, when I'm not driving, I no longer use Uber. I support my fellow drivers. So I'll hail the shit out of a cab. Stop playing. What I don't do is, though, support the ones who ask me where the fuck I'm going before I want to get to my destination. So, yeah. And for everybody they do that to, all you need to do is write down that medallion number that's at the top of their car or on the side of their car. Quick, is only 4 digits. It starts with 3P91. It's 3 digits and 1 letter. It'll start like 3P91. That's my medallion. Yes, and just remember the shift. Like if it's at nighttime, remember the nighttime, because again, sometimes there's 3 people to 1 cab. So you have to at least get the medallion number and remember the time within the discrimination that you got. Hell yeah, I snitch on these motherfuckers. Stop playing. I don't like when people do that. I've seen them do that to elderly people. I've seen them do that to a lot of people. I don't really do that. If I don't want to be bothered, I just leave my light on, but I'm gonna continue driving. I'm not gonna approach anybody. My money comes from the fact that when I'm ready to work, I'm ready to work. So if you hail, I'm there. If you send a request on my screen, I'm there. And if I don't want to be bothered, I don't accept the request, and I don't stop for a hail. And my light is on. So what? You got what I'm saying? So, you know. That is one of the things I don't like. But yeah, so if you want to become a TLC driver, what you have to do is go to taxiandlimousine.com, fill out the application. The application is about $250, I believe. That's just the start of it. Then No, is it $250? Anyways, you fill out the application, they will let you know how much it is. I believe it's $250 or $210. One of those two. Then you have to complete all their requirements, which is take the course. It's a 3-day course. It's a wheelchair accessible course, and then it's the TLC licensing course. What is this truck doing? TLC licensing course. And that in itself is going to be around $285, depending on where you go. Then you have to get fingerprinted. Then you have to go to DMV, and you have to also request a license change. So if your New York City license is a Class D, you need to change it to a Class E because you need a chauffeur's license. And then they'll ask you why, and tell them because you're going to become a chauffeur for a hire vehicle or a taxi driver. There is a cost there, like $23 or something like that. Fingerprinting is $100, $113 because it went up. Yeah, it's pricey. It's pricey. But those are the requirements, and then you have to do a drug test. Here's what I will say about the drug test. As long as you're not on that cartel shit, because weed is legal here in New York City. So, cartels are not really slinging weed like that. You know what I'm talking about. If you taking that cartel shit, that Fenty, that Cokie, that Dopey, and that Christie, first of all, we don't want you as our driver. That's one. And secondly, you're going to fail the test, so don't even bother. But yeah, those are the things that they're testing for. And anything else that is required illegal substance. Marijuana is not one of them, so don't have to go out your way of trying to get urine from your niece, okay? So yeah, don't do that. No need. But if you are on the other entities, don't do it. Don't do it, because you're not going to pass, and we don't even want you as a driver, because we're going to see it, and we're going to cancel the ride. So, don't worry. Don't worry about it. We don't want it. We don't want you. And they won't pass you. So, and that's about $34. So, yeah. Yes, yes. So, again, I think definitely if you want to become a taxi driver, if you have a team, or if you already know that you're going to join a team, then yes, this is for you. But if you're single and you want to mingle with your car, this is for you too. But if you're looking at this to be a source of income to take care of your family by yourself, like this car, it is not for you. And honestly, I got this car at $1,000. Most of these cars are at $1,200. Those Siennas that you see out there are at $1,200. So yeah, unless you're trying to deal with a car like this that has so many issues back to back, the Ford Transits, which I'm fine because they give you credit, so they don't really charge you when it's in the shop. I'm fine with that because that's even more brakes for me. But yeah, I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise it. But I definitely would advise it if you're on your own. I love it. Again, I love the people that I meet, and it's great. It's great out here. It's great in these streets. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. You know, I will definitely continue to do updates. I don't record the customers. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But I have an idea, because there's a recording in my car, and I'm wondering if I can speak with the fleet that because there's many conversations that happen in this car that I want. I just don't record them. But yes, I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment. Hit the subscribe button. Double tap, like, yeah. Throw your ass in the fucking lane, you stupid. Yeah, sorry about that part. Sometimes it happens. But definitely smash that like button, subscribe, comment below if you have any questions, or let me know what you want me to talk about regarding the taxi industry. And yeah, it is what it is. But I got stories, and story time it will be on TikTok. So later, y'alls.